in the previous video, we created all the components needed for the roller support assembly. In this part of the tutorial, which is part 2, you're going to create the final assembly. So create a new assembly file, and that should take us to the SolidWorks assembly workspace. In the assemblies tab, you have all these commands that we can use, and in this window here, since you have opened all the files already, they appear here. When you click on the first part and just bring it here, you can move it in any direction. Now we check the orientation of the base. This should be the orientation, so we have to rotate about the y-axis. So in this window here, or in this pop-up here, y-axis, and this is the orientation of the base. By default, when you insert the first component, it is fixed. So when you click on it and try and move it, it says the selected component is fixed. It cannot be moved. So right click and then float. Now when you click on it, you can move it in any direction we want. The most advisable thing to do is to fix the first component so that adding the other component will be very simple. So that's what we are going to do. So under meets, we want to make sure that the origin of the assembly workspace, which is here, meets with the origin of the base, which is somewhere here. And we do not want to align axis, so we just keep it in this orientation. Uncheck this align axis. Okay. And when you click on it, there is a degree of freedom here. So let's make some axis parallel, or some planes parallel. So parallel, and then first the right plane of the assembly workspace, and then which plane is similar to the right plane, the front plane of the base. Okay, and then again parallel, the top plane of the assembly workspace, and the top plane of the base. Okay. When you do this, the assembly now becomes fully defined, as we can see. Now we can add the next component. So insert component, insert 2 brackets. So click on the brackets, bring it here, and release. To get another bracket, just hold the control key, click on the bracket, and move it here. And let's apply some meets. So first, meet, and then make sure that this face touches this face. Okay. Then again, this face touches this face. Okay. And we want to align the holes here. So concentric, and then you get an arc on this hole, and then an arc on this hole as well. Okay. So there is another degree of freedom. So again, concentric, an arc on this hole, and then an arc on this hole as well. We do same for this. Okay, so this hole will actually be here, and then the other one will be here, so that this bracket can rotate. So concentric, an arc here, and then an arc here, again concentric, okay. Move on to the next. So we insert screws here. So we insert just one screw and then pattern to get 4 screws. insert component, screw, rotate about the x-axis to be like this, meet, and then again concentric, this shaft, and then this fillet arc, and then meet this face and this face. Okay, now we want to lock, so we lock this screw and then this bracket. Okay, assembly fully defined, and then we want to pattern linear, so linear components pattern, components to pattern, click on this screw, direction 1 should be in this direction by a distance of, looking at the dimensions on the base, the longest distance is 96, the shortest one is 48. So this will be the longest distance, so 96, 2 counts, and then direction 2 will be in this direction, reverse, and 48, count of 2. Come down here and check the synchronized movement of flexible subassembly parts. Okay. Next, you're going to add 2 bushes. So insert component, bush, rotate about the y-axis to be in this orientation. Hold the control key, click on the part, and then drag it here. Meet, so make sure this face touches this face. Okay, and then this face also touches this face. Okay, now we are going to make concentric, this shaft, and then this circular face, lock rotation. Okay, and then again this circular shaft, and then this here, again lock rotation. Still fully defined, so we move on to the next, which will be the shaft. Insert component, shaft, rotate about the y-axis to be in this orientation. Meet, so this shaft, and then this circular face here, lock rotation. Okay, pull it out like this. Now we want to center the shaft inside these 2 brackets, so come to the advanced meet, width, we need the first 2 faces, which will be this and then this, and then the next 2 faces, this and this. Okay, the last thing to add would be the roller. Insert components, the roller, rotate about the y-axis also. Meet, concentric, this shaft or this circular feature, and then any circular feature here. And then again we center, so this time we use the symmetric, and then the plane of symmetry should be on the ruler. So we'll go to the ruler, and then we are going to use the right plane here, and then the 2 faces, that will be the limit edges. Click on this face on the bracket, and then this face on the bracket. Okay, So this roller must roll like this or must move. And yeah, that is how to create the final assembly for the roller support. That is the end of the second part of this tutorial. In the final or third part of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this exploded view. It's very simple. So I'll see you in the next part.